So guys, here we are with Rob Moore. There he is, looking absolutely dapper, more dapper than me, which annoys me slightly. But there you go, Rob. I've been a big fan of yours and I've watched your stuff and I've read some of your posts for a good few years now. In fact, I even tried to infiltrate your Facebook group and put a couple of my videos in there, which I think you personally told me off for, which I don't do anymore now. But now, and I've always, one of the things that I've always thought about in business, when you can see influencers around you, really good people that are doing the really good stuff that you want to do in your space, I've always tried to reach out and meet them. So I know day nursery owners in our day nurseries, farm park owners in the farm park world, and I wanted to do this when we started getting into this world. And I'm a massive fan of yours.
Thank you.
First of all, and I want anyone that's watching this, if you're into property, I know that's your real big thing that you built your business on. I think Rob really is the UK's #1 property expert. So guys, here we are back in London, greatest city in the world, and we're going into this building, which is a glorious building, home of Harry Potter. Now when he gets on that, station 9 3/4 is inside there, but we're going into the hotel without me knocking that tourist over. We're going to meet Rob Moore. We've got a picture of Rob in here. And Rob is a big property entrepreneur. He runs loads of podcasts, he's brought out loads of books, got a really good, well-known podcast, multiple podcasts and books. He's a real smart guy, especially in the property world. And I'm going to ask him some nuts and bolts about property, something that I'm very interested in. I want to see what he thinks, what tactics are working right now for property. We'll have a good little chin chat with him. We're going to go in and we're going to do that right now. Let's go. So I've got a question for you. Did you have a set of rules or strategies and tactics for those first early properties? Like, did you have a rent yield?
We bought the most minging, disgusting, dilapidated, dirty, dingy holes you could imagine. I mean, we were buying properties 30, 40 and 50 grand in 2007 and 8, and they're all now worth minimum 120, 130, 150. Then we started getting slightly better properties, and then we did multi-lets, and then we did our first office where we rented to our company, and then we bought the training suites, then we bought a bigger one as our companies grew, and then we started converting pubs and we converting bigger units.
When you bought them ones for 30, 40, 50 grand, did you say...
They were in a real state. You know, not just boarded up with wood, boarded up with metal. They're that bad.
And what did you look to rent them back out for, and how did you structure a deal?
Well, we'd buy stuff at 30 or 40 grand that had been empty. We'd do it up, we'd spend 5 or 6 grand on the refurb, but make it look quite good actually for that money. Mark had a good eye for getting stuff on the cheap, like those air miles we just showed you about. And we'd often put a family of 5 in there, because you could get 825 rent from a family of 5.
So you buy a property for 40 grand, say?
Yeah, I mean, not every single one. And remember, this is 10 years ago, so I don't want people thinking that.
No, but even, so say you bought it 50 grand, you spend 5 grand, 55 grand would equal 825 a month rent.
Yeah, if we could get the 5 kids family in there, and in Peterborough, your average kids.
So you was getting at least 10% yields on...
Yeah, 12% sometimes in single let.
But people are wanting to think, I've got some cash and I want to go into buy-to-let in Peterborough around your area. What could you buy to get a 10% yield now? Just simple, like buy-to-let single.
You probably couldn't quite get a 10% yield, because everything now is pretty much what I was talking to you about there is now 125 plus.
Yeah, and the rents would be on that, the same equivalent.
Well, look, the average rent when I said 825 was probably 550. Because 825 was if you got a family of 5 in there, and we were trying to go for things like that, get the maximum rent, or multi-letting them. Now the single let rents have probably gone up to 750, maybe pushing 800. But the values have more than doubled. Some of them have tripled. So the yields have reduced a bit. But there's always a way of getting a yield. It's just working out. If you buy low enough, if you add value or you change the use, you can get your return. So what we do now is, like, instead of having a pub, for example, and using it as a pub, we'll buy a pub and we'll convert it into 16 rooms. Now, if you converted that pub into a really beautiful house, which you could, you might get £2,500 a month rent. But if you've got 16 rooms, you get a lot more rent. So it's just about maximising the space.
So if someone wants to get into property now, what would what would be the first thing you tell them to go into?
Well, the most important thing in anything is learn. Follow the top influencers, get all the books on Amazon, get the books on Audible, listen to all the podcasts, learn. You'll find that the most successful people that scale generally invest in one area.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be exactly where you live, but you want to make sure your properties are all in a tight geographical area. We've got 720 in Peterborough, Wellingborough and Corby, and 500 of them are in Peterborough. And Peterborough's not necessarily the best place, it's just a place where we live.
So guys, here we are, we've just been told off for speaking in there without getting permission for video, and then we're outside the station, Virgin Trains there, whatever they are, by these two giants. Now Rob, I wanted to finish off, just ask you one question. People in business, entrepreneur, because you're doing your training company now as well, so you've got quite a big business away from property. Is that bigger than the actual property business now?
They're probably similar.
Good.
Yeah, similar size.
So what one piece of advice for people for success now?
One piece of advice. It's like major pressure, isn't it?
I've asked Charlie Mullins, Peter Jones has been on the show with us.
No pressure. All right, can I give 3 or 5 or 12?
Do you want to know what Peter Jones said?
Go on then.
Never give up. He said you just got to be relentless. Never give up.
Yeah, that. No, I definitely think today is the age of social media, where you can leverage social media, and YouTube, Facebook, podcasting, all these great media. I mean, if you think about it, major radio stations had the monopoly, and now podcasters like me are disrupting radio. And then TV had the monopoly, and now people like you are disrupting TV with your YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff. And of course, people have millions of subscribers on YouTube. So embracing social media, not seeing it as a chore or a waste of time, but actually learning how to develop it, I would definitely say.
Absolute pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show. Well, so, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching that video. I think there's some real good gems within that video about if you're starting out property or you're already in property. Don't forget to follow, I talk a lot about property, and if you want to know more about property, click on over to entrepreneurs-network.co.uk, chat to the team, and also check out Rob Moore, because he's brought out lots of books, does loads of podcasts and videos on property as well. He's a top guy to know. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye-bye.